So Disney is getting sued in California, and it's due to discrimination. Yes, Disney, the company that has struggled to uplift women's voices, the company that is really big on having diversity, inclusivity, and equity, the company which I'm sure that Klaus Schwab would be proud to shake the hands of its CEO, and who doesn't want to advertise on Twitter because Elon Musk man icky, apparently has been discriminating against women. 9,000 of them. 9,000, 9,000 women have been oppressed by the mouse. Haha. So I went and I actually read what the lawsuit is about. Do you know what they did? Well, apparently, women were paid 2% less than men at Disney on average for similar jobs. And I found that to be very interesting because 2% that can be a rounded error. You made the math and it didn't come out properly, so it's like it's a 2%, right? If it was like 30%, I'd be like, oh wow, 2%. They're suing in California now. I hope the Democrat judge there fucks them in the ass. I hope that Disney gets its comeuppance, and once that happens, I hope more companies get sued. They did this to themselves. They have done this to themselves. It used to be, when I grew up, and it's still the same here in Romania, is that if you want to apply for a job, it's based on meritocracy. Now, it's not a perfect system, right? But at least this is like the rule that's hovering, like the general consensus. It's like, yeah, that you should hire based on meritocracy. And when you hire based on nepotism or you hire on other things, that does happen. But other people would be like, well, what are you doing? Why are you doing this to yourself? You know, like, it's poor form. But Disney and many other companies have created a new way of thinking, right? Like, meritocracy is bad, it's evil. No, you see, when a person is born, they're not Jim or Susie. No, like, it's kind of like looking at the horoscope, and you're like, oh, so this is a Pisces, or this is a Capricorn, but you unironically take it seriously, right? So if a person is born based on its gender, its race, if it likes to suck dick or not, like all of these things create the package, and now that person is not John, Bob, or Susie. Now that person is an identity. And the companies, they understand everything there is to know about your identity. Like, you can never escape it, okay? Like, you are what you are. For instance, if you're a black person and you vote Republican, or, you know, you act like the Hodge twins, or like how Kanye West was in the beginning, it's like, no, like, that can't exist. Like, that can't be an outlier. That can't be like someone that is breaking the package we crafted for him. No, that person must be crazy. Like, look, if you don't believe me, every single time you have like a black person like Candace Owens or the Hodge twins or Diamond and Silk, and they're like a Republican, right? Like, that's not the box that is created. No, like, if you're a black person, you gotta be a Democrat, you gotta promote BLM activism, right? Like, that's what you need to do. Like, that's the box that the culture has created for you. If you're a white person, you're with Robin DiAngelo. That's your car. So you have like this culture that's not based on meritocracy, but it's entirely based on identity. So when something bad happens in a person's life, it's not due to the fact that they made bad decisions. It's not due to the fact that maybe they work less than someone else. No. It's because they're oppressed. They're oppressed by the culture, okay? Like, you did absolutely nothing wrong. Like, in fact, you as a human being, you can never do wrong. It's just like society is oppressing you. So now when you have, like, the people that were on the part of the oppressed, right? So the oppressed majority, for instance, which happens to be women. Like, they were told through the media, through Disney movies, through the schooling system, through the internet, through commercials, through TV shows, through comic, but they were constantly told that society is out there to oppress them. This is a cisgender, heteronormative patriarchy of the United States of America. It is oppressing. Yeah? So like, these people internalize that, and now when they're being employed, like the same people that these companies train to think this way, because this is not normal. Like, people in China don't think this way. People in India don't think this way. These are like the people that Disney has trained with their movies. And I know this because you have interviews where the people who make these movies come out and they flat out say it, right? we had like a subversive message that we want kids to see. Okay, now you're hiding those kids and they're suing your asses. That's fucking great. That is excellent. Like, finally it is happening, right? Because you wanted them to do it to others. That was the purpose. Like, you didn't want it to do it to you. You wanted them to do this to others. And now that it's being done to you, you're not happy. And lawsuits are expensive, you know? Like, I'm pretty sure that a company, which is like Disney right now, and it's suffering financially, is not happy having to deal with the lawsuit. Even if they win it, they still have to pay the lawyers and stuff. Like, it's wasted cash, which could have been avoided. But it's kind of funny, you know? It's diversity, inclusivity, and equity, and it's 3 ways that they're getting fucked on. Like, 3 ways all of these companies right now, today, they are losing money on. Like the first one is the product. Like, the people that they are hiring are not people who want to work for a living. And you can tell this by the choice in the university that they picked, right? Like, if you can pick different universities and you have, like, math, you have physics, you have IT, or, you know, you can choose not to go to a university. You can become a trucker. You can be someone that creates something, but instead you choose to go to a grievance studies class. The fuck is that? That is a person that doesn't want to study. Like, I'm sorry, as a guy that did 2 universities, I did med school and I did law school, I also happen to have friends that did go to these political sciences classes, and I was looking at their papers, and I'm like, what the fuck is that? Why are you complaining? Because they were like, oh my god, it's so hard at university. And I'm like, dude, I can learn this in 10 minutes. I can reproduce it to you in 10 fucking minutes. What is the difficulty level here? Like, what are we talking about? The moment you learn one of them, it's like, oh, how gamers are oppressive, and it's actually, there's 2 types of gamers. There's the gamers that are oppressed, and there's the evil gamers that are part of the cisgender heteronormative patriarchy. And then you look at something else. You're like meteorology, okay? And there's 2 types of meteorologists. Did you know that? There's the meteorologists that are oppressed and their citations aren't published. And then there's the evil meteorologists that are part of the cisgender heteronormative. Like, literally the same shit being repeated over and over and over. I'm like, how difficult is your fucking university, dude? Why aren't you A+ consistently? And the answer is because they're lazy, right? So lazy people are the ones that are attracted to this, and they promote other lazy people. And now you have your companies filled with lazy people. So when you want to push something, when you want to make a product, no wonder you can't do it anymore. I mean, look at Disney. What the fuck are they doing? Remakes, reimagining, sequels. Like, what is the new shit? Where's the new Pirates of the Caribbean? Where's the new thing that comes out and everyone's like, wow, this is so amazing. Oh, Jesus. They don't make them anymore. They can't make them anymore. You know, you can't have a Shakespearean play without Shakespeare. Just because it's called Disney, just because the IP is the same, if you have different people making it, it's not going to be there. So they're getting fucked that one. Like, creativity is at an all-time low. You know, like, all these charlatans that are like, oh, diversity, inclusivity, equity, ESG is good for business. How? How is it good for business? The price isn't fucking lower, is it? It's more expensive than ever. The quality isn't there. So how is it good for, like, actually does what? What does it do for business? I don't understand. The only thing that it does for business is during July when they slap a pride flag and they're like, okay, now gay people will buy our product. You know what gay people probably want? A good product. That's cheap. I mean, that's what I think based on the gay people that I know, but maybe they know other gay people that want a shit product which is expensive. But I don't think that's correct. I think like their marketing team needs to have another check on that. So like that's literally what they're doing. Like they're promoting all of this wokeness instead of the actual product. The product doesn't even speak for itself anymore. Like, when's the last time you heard about Superman having a new adventure or having a new villain that they're going to fight? The only thing you hear about Superman is like, oh yeah, they made Superman black now. Oh yeah, Superman now, his son, yeah, it turns out he's a homosexual. It's like, no one cares. And this leads us to the number 2 problem. The audience doesn't like it. Like, the audience doesn't like it. If this was true, if diversity was actually true, what they say about, you know, like, you need to see yourself on the big screen, right? Like if you're a white person, you need to see other white people in movies, because otherwise you don't like the movie. And I'm looking at that, who am a big fan of Japanese animation, big fan of South Korean films, and I grew up with Chinese movies. I'm looking at them like, what the fuck are you talking about? It's like, no, I just want a good story. I know you're a racist. You're like, okay, maybe, but you want my money, right? You want my money? Well, you're not going to get it. Tough shit. So this is like the main thing which is happening. It's number one, the product is bad. Number two, the people that they hire aren't creative individuals. They can't do anything. And then number three, they're getting sued. They're getting sued because this is the ideology that they were trained. It's like any type of slight which happens to an individual, it can't be because they're not good enough. It can't be because they're not meritocratic. No. It must be because of their identity. And it must be that the company has some sort of bias towards that identity. It can't be that maybe, Bob pulled in more extra hours than Lucy, so now Bob is getting paid more. No. It can't be that Bob has more experience and has been working more, or he negotiated his contract better. No. And again, it's 2%. Like, even at a factory level, like when you have products coming off the assembly line, you do account that some of those products are going to be faulty. There's like a 1 to 2% where you're saying, okay, this is within acceptable limits. If we make batteries and 2% of the batteries don't work, like that's fine. That's part of the corporate cost. That is normal. But no, apparently, like, if it's even like 2%, why? Because they have been trained that this is how the world works. They have been trained that they're part of an oppressed majority. And many of them, I'm willing to bet, don't even believe that. But it's like, hey, it's an opportunity to get money from a company, right? That you have no respect towards. Because why would you have respect towards it? The customers don't have respect for it either. Like no one looks at Disney as they used to look at when I was growing up. And it's like Mickey Mouse was actually a symbol. And when you saw it, it created wonder in your eyes. And you're like, well, Walt Disney, right? Like, it's a brand. It's something. Nowadays, it's like a keychain, right? Like, Mickey Mouse is just some fucking keychain that you replace the moment you go to the London Bazaar and find some anime keychains. With anime that you probably don't even know what they're called. But hey, their characters at least look pretty. And you're happy to buy a product with them. So, the worst thing about it is that while I enjoy seeing big companies fail, while it's funny to see Disney fail, and if they do, then other lawsuits will happen, it is amusing to watch it from the sideline. But the economy is rooted in these companies. Like, people invest in their life savings and pensions and retirement funds in these companies, in the top 500 companies of the United States. And all of them are suffering from the same problem. I don't know, I'm glad I don't have a crystal ball and I don't get to see how the world is going to look like when I'm old. But I'm telling you, it's not good. It's not good. And I don't know how these companies are going to be able to fix this. I mean, the thing is, like, when you start hiring people, you realize there is just so much paperwork and so much regulation, and you can get sued and stuff. I genuinely think that the future is going to be hiring contractors. Like, this may be it, hiring freelancers, hiring people that are hired guns. They're just coming to do a job. Once they did it, that's it. Contract over. You have to renew it. That's probably the future. It's not necessarily a good one, by the way. I don't particularly like it. But I definitely think that's where we're going. And it's going this way because it's not profitable to go any other way. It's not even not profitable, but it's detrimental to the company's existence. Like, you're going to go bankrupt if you keep doing this. You can't be a company, no matter how big you are, no matter how great your treasury is. You can't make a product that's more expensive, it's worse than the previous one, the customers don't want to buy it, and at the same time, you're getting sued by your own employers. This is not sustainable, to say it in a way that the left understands. It's not sustainable. You have to focus on meritocracy again. You have to focus on making a profit and appealing to the actual market. But anyway, right, let me know what you guys think, and as usual, I will see you in the comment section. Take care.